Hi everyone, I just wanted to talk to you guys about tips on how to become a real estate agent. It is so much fun. I love the field. I've loved it for a very long time. I just think it's the best way to, make some money. And, the answer that most people give when they go into the real estate field is, I love people, I love homes, and that's why they get into the field. They don't realize that it actually does take a lot of work to, build a client base, and, you have to put in a lot of work for something you love. So I'm coming to you with a list of tips I wrote down on my little list, and so I don't want to forget anything. And this is what I came up with on how to become a real estate agent, a successful real estate agent. First tip is find a friend. When you first start out in the real estate field, or when I did at least, I just felt a little alone. It's really tough when you don't have someone to lean on when you start. So that was one of my first missions when I first picked the brokerage I was going to. I was wanting to find a friend, someone on my level, and I did. We both started right around the same time. It's great when you have someone there to lean on and you're learning together. It's just the best way to go. So find a friend, you guys learn together, or if your friend that you find is a successful real estate agent, that's even better, in my opinion. You lean on them and you ask them every single question you have. Don't think that you're bothering them, because you're probably not. They had the same questions when they started. So that's what I keep telling myself. Tip number 2 is learn new things from other agents at the office. I mean, you'll learn these things in conversations in the office, meetings, classes. If your brokerage has classes, I really recommend going to them. I've learned so much from the classes. I still go to them all the time, multiple times a week. Maybe even if you join like a team, or even if you don't, maybe find someone that you can tag along with in their car and, learn from that way. Anyway, the way that you learn visually, reading, anyway, the way that you learn is how you should approach that thing, in my opinion. Tip number 3 is talk to vendors. Vendors will have your back, or at least in my experience, they have. I have, talked with a lot of vendors and given them my business cards. That's another one. Get your business cards, make them look really, really good, and hand them out everywhere you go. Try and just make a conversation wherever you go about real estate. But anyway, getting back to vendors, find a vendor or 2 or 3 that you enjoy talking to, and hand them a bunch of your business cards, take a bunch from them, and, cross-market each other. And I think that's a great way to go. Open houses is a huge one. That's basically everything I do every weekend is an open house, or at least I try to. In 1 month, I try and get anywhere from 3 to 4 plus. If I can do 2 a weekend, that's grand. That's what I aim for every single week. I have a planner. I have a planner that I have goals for every single week, and I write down my goals. And that's a goal for me every single week, is to have at least 2 open houses, or at least 1 open house, preferably 2. That's even better. So get that in the works for you. And then my next one, tip number 5, is take every lead that you get. If you need to, probably when you start out, you probably need to make some money. That's what I did, at least. I started out with, my first one was a lease lead, and it wasn't very much money, but it was a learning experience. That's how you should take it, at least. And that's what I did. And, every client after that, I've just used as a learning experience. If it didn't work out, or if it did, then great. You move on. And then, even if it doesn't work out, it's still a learning experience. It's you getting your name out there, which is the most important thing. And you're also building a relationship with the person. And that's a huge thing, I think. This business is about good personalities. You gotta have a good personality. My next tip, tip number 6, is talk to family, friends, past coworkers, anybody you know. A lot of people call it your sphere, and tap into them as best as you can. It's so awkward to have like a business conversation with them, but it works. Definitely tap into your friends, family, coworkers, anybody you know. Try and have a conversation with somebody you know or don't know even about real estate every single day. Always wear your name badge wherever you go as well. Tip number 7 is social media. Get in check with your social media. Always have, I recommend having every social media base. Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, LinkedIn, of course, that's a big one. You know, all of those. Get all of them. Have a Facebook business page. That's my opinion. Trek is, you know, cracking down on what you post and make sure you post correctly. So do that. And then tip number 8, if someone calls you, return the call fast. Answer the phone immediately. If you can't answer the phone immediately, return them a call in as fast as you can. You just don't want to lose out on people. You want to talk to people as much as you can. Being a talker helped me. I love to talk. I'm a social butterfly, so talking is not a hard thing for me, so that really helped me in the business. My 9th tip is floor time. If your brokerage has floor time, or I don't know if it's called floor time in every single brokerage, but basically you go in, you answer calls, you know, they forward calls to your phone. So you can answer calls to people that come in, or if someone walks in, you can show them a property, and that's how it is in my brokerage at least, which is fun. Tip number 10, the last tip, is know the area you are working. Don't want to go into real estate business not knowing the area you're working, which the area I'm working is the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, basically. I'm familiar with pretty much all of it. I've lived in the Dallas area for about 15 plus years, and then Fort Worth, I've only lived here for about 2 years, but I know it like the back of my hand now because I've been all over the place. But yeah, that's my last and final tip. Knowing the area, broadening on that, door knocking, picking your neighborhood that you live in, or just picking a neighborhood that you feel comfortable with, you know, the style of home, the price of home, you know, etc. Door knocking them, it's so it's so intimidating, and like I said, talking is not a hard thing for me, but going to a neighbor's house, to their door, ringing their doorbell or knocking on their door is very intimidating to me. I don't like confrontation, so doing that was really hard for me. But the way I did it was I had a buttload of business cards, and I hand wrote a letter and then had my husband proof it and had a couple people proof it, and I typed it out and made, my neighborhood has 200 houses in it, so I made about 200 copies, black and white, because it was cheap and free. And I just went door to door, and that's what I did, and that works. Takes a while, so I've heard, and that works. Also that also kind of ties into farming a neighborhood kind of the same way. You just, you know, send out mailers and flyers and keep in touch with the people, and, you know, just be your beautiful, charming self, and don't be nervous when you talk to these people, which you probably will, so, you know, take that with a grain of salt. But you know, I hope this video helps you. These tips help me, and I still do these things, you know, on the regular. And also another tip that I just thought of is have a planner that has time increments, like by 30-minute increments. That has helped me because, you know, you need to make your calls. I left that one out. Make your calls. Call for sale by owners, expireds if there are any in this market. There's really not a whole lot in this market. But expireds, for sale by owners, you know, and just talking to people. You know, make calls. Just go make calls. That's cold calling that's basically what it is. And so do that as well. And, you know, that's called lead generation. So, or at least that's what we call it at my brokerage. And, you know, do that. And, you know, if you keep busting your butt, and the first year is really, really hard. So bust your butt and you'll get there. Stay positive. Don't be, you know, negative Nancy, and stay positive. Work hard. Have a awesome personality. Just, you know, be charming. Everybody's charming. Everybody's beautiful. So, you know, just lay that out there and go kick butt. Hope this helps. Thanks so much, you guys. Bye.